The American Spotlight studio glimmers under the bright lights, poised like a grand stage ready for a national performance. But tonight isn't about entertainment. It's about confrontation. The air is electric, thick with tension, ready to snap. Every eye is locked on two figures who've set social media ablaze all week. Karoline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary in history, steps out like a seasoned warrior, her smile steely, her gaze razor-sharp. She looks ready to drop a bombshell that could shake the nation. Facing her, Trevor Noah, the famed comedian and master of viral satire, sits with arms crossed, his signature grin present but shadowed by a glint of caution, as if sensing the storm brewing. The audience is taut as a wire. Cameras zoom in tight. Veteran host Jack Harper's deep, resonant voice cuts through the silence like war drums. Welcome to American Spotlight. Tonight, this isn't just a conversation. It's a clash between comedy and truth. Jack turns to Karoline. You claim to have a secret that could leave Trevor Noah speechless. Is this your answer to that viral clip that set all of X on fire? Karoline leans forward, calm and deliberate. Trevor Noah isn't a comedian. He's a manipulator, hiding behind laughs to sow bias and attack anyone who doesn't share his ideology. And if he thinks I came empty-handed, he doesn't know New Hampshire women. The crowd erupts in cheers and whistles. Trevor laughs, amused but wary. Karoline, is this a Hollywood script or a Mar-a-Lago plot? Someone shouts, laughter rolling. Through the studio, Jack cuts through the noise. Karoline, be specific. What secret are you talking about? A dangerous smile curls on Karoline's lips. Just wait. Trevor's going to run from his own laughter once I tell the story. The studio shakes with applause and boos. This feels more like a boxing ring than a talk show. Karoline sits upright, eyes locked on Trevor like a hunter stalking prey. Trevor remains arms crossed, half smile intact, but his fingers tap a nervous rhythm on the table, calculating every move. Jack leans in, stirring the tension without taking sides. Karoline, you called Trevor a manipulator hiding behind jokes. What do you have to back that up? The audience holds its breath. Karoline's voice is calm but razor-sharp. Jack, I'm not here to play cheap drama or beat around the bush. She pauses, sweeping the crowd with her gaze before fixing it back on Trevor. Trevor Noah has turned The Daily Show into a propaganda weapon, smearing President Trump with carefully crafted jokes. He calls it comedy. I call it a smear campaign. She leans forward, voice dropping but no less forceful. And I have information, facts, that will show this audience exactly who he really is. Her eyes flick over Noah like a dare. Trevor laughs, leaning toward the mic. Karoline, you really think my jokes can shake Trump? I just say what everyone sees. A president tweeting at midnight and calling it policy. He pauses, then smirks sharper. If you want to call that propaganda, maybe you should check your own mirror. Or better yet, the one at Mar-a-Lago. Dadato. Audience explodes, half cheering, half booing. Karoline doesn't flinch. Nice one, Trevor. You're good at dodging. But the public isn't stupid. They know you're not just joking for fun. Her gaze cuts through the noise, each word like a knife. You pick your targets. President Trump, the MAGA movement, and fire sugar-coated bullets. I'm here to strip that coating off. Do you dare face the truth about yourself? The crowd roars, some shouting, Spill it, Karoline! Noah shakes his head, sarcasm tinged with tension. The truth? Karoline, you're performing a play, scripted, directed, and starring Trump. He shrugs, fingers tapping faster. If you've got information, bring it. But don't expect me to applaud your performance. Jack senses the temperature rising and jumps in. Trevor, Miss Leavitt clearly holds something. This truth, she says, will shock the audience. Are you worried? Or is this just another one of her jokes? The crowd erupts again. One fan waving a Trump sign, another yelling, Trevor's untouchable. Trevor's voice hardens, a flicker of worry breaking through. Jack, I've faced everything on this stage, from politicians to internet trolls. He crosses his arms, eyes defiant but sweat glistening under the stage lights. If Karoline thinks she can silence me with Trump's playbook, she's dead wrong. Bring it, Karoline. I'm waiting. Leavitt's smile isn't friendly. It's the kind of smile that comes from someone holding an ace. Oh, Trevor, you won't wait long. But I'd brace yourself. What I'm about to say isn't just a joke. It'll change how everyone sees you. She pauses, letting the words hang, stirring murmurs through the crowd. A voice shouts, "What have you got, Karoline? Drop it." Jack Harper grins slyly, feeding the tension. Karoline, you've got the whole studio on edge. You say you have information that'll expose Trevor. Is it about his past or something more recent? Silence falls like a heavy curtain. All eyes are on Leavitt. She tilts her head, voice low but cutting. Jack, let's just call it a truth. Trevor can't laugh off. He loves playing the justice hero on TV, but I've got something that'll make that role crumble. Her gaze drills into Noah. Noah's smile fades. He leans forward. Karoline, you're playing a dangerous game. If you're throwing rumors, make sure they're worth it. Because when I hit back, you won't like it. His voice hardens. Humor is gone. Leavitt sits taller, eyes blazing like a torch, setting doubt aflame. Trevor Noah's smile is now a thin mask. He grips the table's edge, gaze flickering between confidence and unease. The audience, like taut strings, whispers guesses about Leavitt's secret. Cameras zoom in, capturing every tense detail. Sweat gleaming on Noah's brow, Leavitt's icy smile. Jack Harper, cool and steady, leans slightly toward Leavitt. Karoline, you've got the whole studio holding its breath. You called Trevor a manipulator, hiding behind laughs. What do you have to prove that? The crowd goes silent, save for the hum of streaming phones. Leavitt stands holding a thin stack of documents. Stage lights cast her as a general before battle. Her voice is calm, piercing like an arrow to the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor, Noah crowns himself the flag-bearer of truth. A comedian who just wants to entertain, but I have proof. Not idle talk, but verified documents showing he's betrayed this audience's trust. She breathes in deeply. The next words slash through the room. Over 3 years hosting The Daily Show, Noah received $2.5 million from a San Francisco nonprofit, funded by anti-Trump billionaires, to produce comedy segments targeting President Trump and the MAGA movement, aimed at undermining public trust. She picks up a document from the table, holding it high for all to see. I have emails from Noah's team, outlining strategic goals to boost ratings by smearing the president. And here, she holds up a contract, is one worth $1.22 million for politically driven content. Her eyes lock onto Trevor. You call that humor? Or have you turned your stage into a propaganda machine? For cash. Her voice rings out like a verdict. The American people deserve the truth. You chose money over honesty. The crowd erupts, applause mixed with shouts. One side chants, Noah sold out, while others shout, Leavitt's lying. Cameras zoom in on the documents, then cut to Noah, his face frozen, eyes flashing shock and fury. Jack jumps in, voice dripping with drama. Trevor, this is a serious accusation with specific figures and documents. What do you say to the audience? Noah leaps to his feet. The mic trembles slightly. His voice is steely but betrays a hint of quiver. Karoline, you think waving papers and making up numbers will make me fold? His voice grows stronger but tense, as if convincing himself. Those documents are a sham. The Daily Show is funded by Comedy Central, not some shadowy billionaires. I haven't taken a cent from any organization to smear Trump. Some audience members whisper and nod. Noah presses on. What I say on stage is based on facts, like Trump's 3,200 tweets attacking the media in 2020, or the dozen times he called the pandemic a hoax. Look at Trump's own team scripting you every day. The crowd roars. Some raise Trevor's untouchable signs, while boos from the MAGA side clash in a storm of noise. Leavitt cuts in sharply, voice like a honed blade. Trevor, you're great at dodging, but you can't outrun the truth. This email from your own executive producer says it clearly. We need to ramp up anti-Trump content to keep young viewers. Leavitt flips a page with practiced ease, voice dripping with irony. And this contract, signed by you, details $1.2 million for a special media campaign. Want me to read it line by line? She pretends to scan the paper. Focus on controversial topics to maximize engagement. That's you, Trevor. Or do you prefer calling it artistic creativity? The crowd buzzes. Someone shouts, Read it all, Karoline. Noah leans forward, voice low but defiant. Karoline, you're performing cheap drama. If you've got emails, read them. If you've got a contract, show the nation. But I'll warn you, forging documents on live TV? One-way ticket to ruin. The room falls silent, tension thick as fog. I've done comedy for 15 years. Noah continues, voice steady but fierce. And every joke I make is rooted in truth, like when Trump called climate change a Chinese hoax. He turns to the crowd, raising a hand. Ask your Mar-a-Lago captain, who's paying you to spread rumors here? Who's with me? Leavitt, unfazed, smiles like a chess master closing in on her opponent. Trevor, you're a great actor, but your play is about to end. She holds up a new card. Beyond documents, I have a behind-the-scenes video from The Daily Show, where you say plainly, we need to target Trump to keep ratings up. That's the strategy. She pauses, turning to Jack Harper. Jack, want to play that video now? Jack seizes the moment instantly. Karoline, if you've got a video, millions of viewers are waiting. Trevor, are you ready to face it? Noah shakes his head, voice hardening. She's pulling a con. That video, if it exists, is fake. I'm not afraid of the truth, but I hate being slandered. The audience senses the stakes. Whispers ripple. He's stressed now. Leavitt leans back, voice calm yet triumphant. Call it slander all you want, Trevor. The truth will speak. She stares into the camera, addressing the world. Get ready, because what I'm about to show will shatter your funny hero image. The studio feels like a crucible, the air crackling with tension. Trevor Noah's eyes blaze with resolve. He stands tall, hands raised like a fighter ready to counter. Karoline Leavitt's smile remains icy, eyes sharp, like a strategist waiting for the rival's mistake. Jack Harper jumps in, voice smooth and oil slick. Trevor, you bring numbers. Karoline has documents, emails, and a video. The audience is waiting. Karoline, he says the video's fake. Your response? Leavitt's voice is calm but victorious. Jack, Trevor can deny it, but truth doesn't need his approval. The video is real, and I'll play it when the time's right. She locks eyes with Noah, delivering a final challenge. But first, why refuse public political debates after leaving The Daily Show? If you're innocent, why won't you defend what you've said? Noah's anger flashes, voice shaking. Karoline, you want a debate? I'm here. But you don't want truth. You want a stage to perform for Trump. If you have a video, play it. If not, Stop this game. The audience deserves better. He looks out to the crowd, raising a hand. Who's with me? The studio erupts. A tidal wave of cheers and boos, phones raised to capture every second. The air thickens like a brewing storm. Noah stands tall, eyes blazing like an unyielding torch, but his shoulders sag slightly, the weight of battle heavy. Leavitt sits opposite, cold as moonlight on still water, a subtle strategist's smile playing on her lips. The audience splits like churning waves. Cheers for Noah, roars from the MAGA side. Cameras zoom in on every tense moment, from Noah's quick breaths to Leavitt's calm, sharp gaze. Jack Harper's voice cuts through, deep and authoritative, yet nuanced. Trevor, the audience is waiting. The words fan the flames, silencing the crowd save for a few cries of support. Noah rises from the free speech corner, determined but weighed down. Leavitt leans into the mic, voice sharp as a honed blade. Jack, Trevor has no answer, because he knows I'm right. He built his reputation by targeting President Trump, picking sides to pander to the crowd. But when exposed, he dodges. She stares down Noah. Trevor, if you truly stand for truth, stay and face the video I'm about to reveal. Or walk away like a coward. Are you afraid the audience will see you're no different from those you've mocked? She pauses, eyes locked on him. A final challenge that stirs the crowd. Noah's eyes flash with fury and frustration. He stands abruptly, the mic trembling in his hand as he launches into a raw, incisive monologue. Karoline, you think you can destroy me with slander and a video no one's even seen? I'm not here to play word games in your media circus. I do this because I believe in exposing truth, not some staged version cooked up in White House strategy meetings, but the truth Americans live every day. He paces, voice rising with passion. In 7 years hosting The Daily Show, I've done 200 episodes calling out every politician, from Trump's 1,900 false claims verified by PolitiFact to Biden's 450 dodges on economic questions. I don't work for parties or crowds. I work to make the audience think. He stops, eyes piercing the crowd. Look at the $3.2 million in security costs for Trump rallies since 2022, while you stand here defending him. I'm not afraid of you or your video, Karoline, but I refuse to play this dirty game. The audience leans in as his voice drops low, heavy with finality. If you want truth, find it yourself. I'm done performing. He tosses the mic onto. The table strides off the set. His footsteps echo like a defiant proclamation. The crowd erupts. Applause mixed with boos. One side chants, Trevor, come back! While the MAGA corner shouts, he gave up! Cameras follow Noah backstage, the lights casting him as a tragic hero exiting the arena. Leavitt doesn't miss a beat. She rises for a brief monologue, voice calm but triumphant. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor just showed you who he really is. When faced with truth, he chose to run. She fixes the audience with a steely gaze. I came here to defend President Trump and millions of Americans from those who use laughter to divide this country. He talks about truth. His truth vanished the moment I asked the hard questions. The crowd listens, caught between disbelief and resolve. Remember, she declares, eyes blazing like a general's, we fight for you, and I will keep bringing the truth. Jack Harper jumps in, sensing history in the making, voice dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed an unforgettable moment. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Backstage, producer Sarah clutches her head, whispering to an assistant, this is either a disaster or TV gold. Karoline, with a subtle smile like a victorious general, becomes the eye of the media storm. The studio audience remains divided, a turbulent sea of half-raised Trump signs and shouting supporters, while others quietly live-stream every moment of Noah's exit. Cameras catch it all, from Noah's empty chair to Leavitt's piercing gaze, etching her triumph into TV history. Beyond the studio, the world explodes. X becomes a battlefield where truth and drama collide like meteors. Social media ignites like wildfire. Noah walks out, and Leavitt triumph. Climb global trending in 15 minutes, surpassing even major sports events. A viral TikTok clips Noah's exit with the caption, "When you choose dignity, but drama still chases you." An exact account with 2 million followers posts. Leavitt just turned Noah into a quitter. MAGA dominates meanwhile. Noah's fans push back with Trevor truth. He walked out because he doesn't play dirty. Leavitt's just Trump's puppet. A new meme emerges. Leavitt standing before Noah's empty chair, captioned, "When you win an argument but lose the world." Live streams from studio audiences hit millions of views. Comments split. Some hail Noah as a legend. Others crown Leavitt the queen. X becomes a virtual arena. Each post a swing of the sword. TV networks pounce, like vultures sensing blood. Fox News breaks an urgent report. Karoline Leavitt, MAGA star, takes down Trevor Noah in historic showdown. A conservative commentator calls her the voice of truth, labeling Noah a coward who couldn't face the challenge. CNN and MSNBC take the opposite side. A CNN journalist writes, Noah left the studio not because he lost, but because he refused to play Leavitt's slander game. MSNBC headlines, Leavitt wins the round, but at what cost? Late-night shows jump on the story like flames catching wind. Jimmy Kimmel Live preps a satirical monologue, picturing Leavitt wielding a mic like a weapon. Like a gladiator walking off the battlefield, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert airs a sketch of Noah leaving the studio at sunset, captioned, "A hero doesn't need a stage." Though mocking, these late-night shows only fan the flames, turning the moment into a nationwide conversation. International media doesn't sit on the sidelines. In Noah's homeland, South Africa, Cape Times headlines, Trevor Noah exits U.S. studio, victim of toxic politics. A journalist writes, Noah, our pride, caught in America's political crossfire where truth is twisted. Across the ocean, British tabloids serve their signature sarcasm, calling it a classic American TV melodrama, likening Leavitt to a character from House of Cards. European papers like Le Monde dig deeper, framing Noah's exit as a symbol of America's cultural divide, where humor has become a weapon in political warfare. These global perspectives thicken the narrative, transforming the drama into a worldwide phenomenon. Celebrities pour in, drawn like stars into a media black hole. A famous comedian posts on X, Noah walked out because he knew the game was rigged. Respect. Stand with Trevor. Conversely, a conservative pundit tweets, Leavitt proved MAGA fears no one, not even Noah. Leavitt triumph. A pop singer with 10 million followers sparks debate with a post. I stand for truth. But who's right here, Noah or Leavitt? The post rakes in 50,000 retweets, heating the online war. Activists join in, some calling Noah a guardian of free speech, others praising Leavitt for standing up to the liberal media. This divide, a widening crack, mirrors the fracturing of U.S. politics itself. Meanwhile, TikTok and Instagram transform the drama into art. A viral TikTok uses slow-motion footage of Noah's empty chair, set to tragic music, captioned, When you lose, but remain a legend. An Instagram reel from a MAGA account clips Leavitt's smile with text. The drama queen just took the crown. Content creators churn out hundreds of analysis videos. 5 reasons Noah was right to why Leavitt is MAGA's future. Millions watch, turning the event into a cultural phenomenon far beyond the studio walls. Social media remains an unrelenting battlefield. An independent journalist's post goes viral. Leavitt won the round. But at what cost? Noah left. But he left a question. Does media still have room for truth? With 100,000 likes, the post sparks fresh debate on TV's role in politics. Another meme spreads. A screenshot of Leavitt before the American Spotlight logo. Captioned, "When you turn a talk show into a mega battlefield, the drama, an unquenchable fire, keeps spreading, fueled by X, TikTok, and Instagram." Backstage at American Spotlight, it's like a ship's deck in a storm. Chaotic, but electric. Cameras are off, lights dimmed, but the aftershocks of the Noah-Leavitt clash ripple like an undercurrent. In a small room behind the studio, producer Sarah sits like a weary general post-battle, surrounded by papers and ringing phones. Her usual steel face now shows strain as she scrolls through hundreds of audience emails. A group of Noah fans threatens legal action, calling the show a media trap, a targeted attack. Conversely, conservative groups flood her inbox with congratulations, urging Leavitt's return to keep winning. Proud of the record-breaking 12 million live viewers, Sarah feels the pressure like a blade at her throat. An assistant, eyes red from sleeplessness, whispers, "We made history, but is it worth this nightmare?" Sarah doesn't answer. Her gaze is fixed on a screen showing X metrics, posts about the show spreading like an unrelenting fever. Miles away, Trevor Noah sits alone in his dark New York apartment. Phone light illuminates his tired but defiant face. He's muted X notifications but can't dodge texts from friends and former Daily Show colleagues. A writer friend messages, "You did the right thing, Trevor. Don't let them drag you down." Though resilient, Noah feels a rare loneliness. He skims a South African article calling him a victim of U.S. politics. Memories flood back, his journey from Johannesburg to global stages. He recalls early days in America when comedy was his bridge. 2 audiences, not a weapon in a culture war. Now his exit splits into 2 narratives, a symbol of principle to some, a quitter to others. Unregretful, he wonders if it's time to step back from the spotlight, to rediscover himself. A notebook lies open on the table, notes for a new project, his only spark of hope in the dark. Meanwhile, in Washington, Karoline Leavitt returns home after a long day. Her steps are light, as if she's just left a victorious stage. In her cozy Capitol apartment, her husband, Nicholas Riccio, embraces her with pride. "You made the whole country listen." His phone still glows with a trending X headline. Leavitt lands devastating blow on live TV. Noah silenced. She knows she didn't just speak for Trump. She spoke for millions of Americans. Meanwhile, away from the spotlight, the public fuels the drama. A group of New York students holds an online discussion, calling Noah a symbol of resistance. Conversely, a conservative gathering debates Leavitt's victory. Texas hails Karoline Leavitt as a blazing flame of truth, sparking fundraisers for MAGA campaigns inspired by her fierce stand. This divide, like a deep geological fault, keeps widening, making the American spotlight not just a show, but a symbol of an era where truth is twisted through political lenses. Though the media storm slowly begins to calm, its ripples spread far and wide, like rings on a lake after a heavy stone is thrown. Trevor Noah's empty chair, though vanished from the spotlight, remains a haunting symbol, a stark reminder of the bitter clash between comedy and politics. Karoline Leavitt, crowned by victory, emerges as a new standard-bearer for the MAGA movement. In the wake of the showdown with Noah, she steps up to a brief press conference, flashbulbs bursting around her, illuminating her steady confidence. Her voice is calm but firm. The battle on American Spotlight wasn't about me or any one person. It was about defending millions of Americans from distorted narratives. I'm proud to stand with President Trump and the MAGA movement, but I know the road ahead won't be easy. Truth sometimes hurts, but it also frees. I will continue my role, not to win arguments, but to build a fairer future. Thank you for your trust. Her words land like a manifesto, solidifying her stature as a sharp young woman who doesn't back down from any titan. After the press conference, she returns to her office, sips hot tea, and gazes out as the Capitol sinks into night. In her heart there is no unease, only quiet resolve for the political storms she knows are coming. This time, she's not just ready to confront the story. She's ready to lead it. The Trevor Noah Karoline Leavitt showdown on American Spotlight reflects the sharp political and media divides in today's United States, where truth is too often warped by competing narratives and emotions override reason. In the story, Leavitt, as White House press secretary, uses allegations of funding in a backstage video to attack Noah. Noah, the comedian, counters with data and principles, but ultimately walks away, refusing to play a rigged game. The explosive aftermath, with Fox News praising Leavitt and CNN defending Noah, reveals a society where platforms like X fuel drama, turning debates into full-blown culture wars. The personal toll is clear. Noah, alone in his apartment, Leavitt facing doubts about her claims, and audiences split. MAGA supporters waving signs, others rallying for free speech. This fractured landscape mirrors today's America, where political debates rarely find common ground. The story teaches a vital lesson. In a polarized society like the U.S., defending truth demands patience and commitment, beyond the heat of fleeting emotions. Noah's decision to leave the studio, preserving his principles rather than prolonging the fight, reminds us that sometimes stepping back is not defeat, but a way to hold fast to one's values amid crushing media pressure. At the same time, Leavitt's fierce resolve, though controversial, demonstrates the power of standing firm for one's beliefs, even under scrutiny. The takeaway? Instead of letting social media platforms like X dictate our emotions, we must seek truth through direct dialogue and reliable sources. When faced with political controversy, follow Noah's example. Use data, like his citation of Trump's 1-900 false claims, to back arguments, but stay cautious of unverified accusations. In real life, Americans can apply this by listening to both sides, like the divided studio audience, and asking questions rather than rushing to trust hashtags or memes. Ultimately, the story's haunting question remains: who really wins when truth is left behind? We must prioritize building bridges, not deepening divides. Join community discussions, verify information before sharing, and stay honest to avoid becoming victims of the distorted mirror of today's media. Subscribe to the channel to follow the next chapter in this drama and join the search for truth amid the tangled battle lines of American Spotlight. Thank you for watching. See you next time.